Solving linear equations. An equation is a statement that indicates two quantities are equal. A solution to an equation is a value for the variable that makes the equation a true statement. So for example, if we've got y plus 5 equals 11, well, the solution is 3. Substitute 3 in for y, and we see that 2 times 3 is 6, plus 5 does indeed equal 11. So more definitions, we'll get into examples here in a hot second. So the definition for a linear equation of one variable. Let a, b, and c be real numbers such that a is not 0. A linear equation of one variable is an equation that can be written in the form ax plus b equals c, or sometimes ax plus b equals 0, because what we'll do is just move the c over and then b becomes a combination of b minus c. So, but don't worry, I'll show you here again in a hot second. This little part right here that says a is not equal to 0, that just says if a is 0, well, what's anything times 0? 0. So that means that the x zeroes out and you just have that b equals c, and now we're not linear. We're just hopefully a true expression of like 2 equals 2. So here you've got more examples, but I want to go into, yeah, y'all can read that. I want to get into some examples of how we solve. Because here, this is kind of hand-wavy. Not much a fan of that. But remember, you can add and subtract to both sides. You can multiply and divide to both sides. So we're going to use addition and subtraction. So it's called the addition the addition principle of equality. The multiplication principle of equality means that you can move things back and forth to either side of the equal sign. So remember, when you're solving stuff, or maybe refresher is the better word for there, if you are simplifying something, all right, so if you are simplifying, you are doing your order of operations left to right. Okay, if you're simplifying, you're doing PEMDAS left to right. Recall that if you are solving, you are working right to left. So the mathematicians did you a little dirty there because they both start with S, simplify, solve. It kind of, the words aren't very too distinct from each other. But remember, if you're simplifying, you're working the order of operations in their left to right PEMDAS order. But if you're solving, you're doing what? SAD-MEP. Okay? If you're solving, you're doing SAD-MEP. You're doing the order of operations backwards because you're undoing the simplification process. Okay? You're undoing the simplification. So think socks and shoes. If I'm barefoot and I want to put shoes on, well, hopefully it's barefoot, sock, shoe. If I want to be barefoot again, then it's then it's shoe, sock, foot. So you have to undo. So if I'm solving the equation of x minus 12 equals negative 13, well, to undo subtraction, we're going to add 12. Because minus 12 plus 12 is 0. Then we get that x equals negative 1. This negative 13 plus 12. So here I know my solution is negative 1. And we're going to put it in these squiggly brackets, or aka braces, because these braces signify to us that, hey, in here is my answer. In here is my answer. So I'm going to let you do 2 on your own. Go to the next page. For 3, here we are going to undo some multiplication and division. So what we can do is multiply both sides by 5. Then we have negative 2g equals 16 times 5. 16 times 5 is 80. Now we're going to divide by negative 2, and g is now equal to a negative 40. So you can do that, or you can do it to where if I have negative 2/5 g equals 16, remember, if I divide by negative 2/5, that's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, right? Multiplying by the reciprocal. So, again, we still end up with g equaling negative 40. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. So I don't care if you do it in one full swoop like I did here with the peach color, or if you do it in two smaller steps like I did here in blue. Either way, I don't care. I just need to know that you know one of the ways. So for 4, there's only one step here. What do? Divide by 9. Okay, so what if there's multiple steps?